can't believe you guys were making fun of me. I was trying to sit in the car and just be warm, but I'm back out here tonight because let me tell you, it is significantly colder out here tonight. Well, in the last 2 hours here in Hamilton, it has gotten significantly colder. It says 33 on the bank sign, but it feels a lot less like that out here tonight. The flurries are still coming in just barely. It's pretty clear out here, but I want you guys to take a look. I showed you guys the top of our car just about 2 hours ago. So this is all the snow that's accumulated on the top of our car here in the last 2 hours. There are some wet spots that have kind of had some of the snow melt. So definitely some snow flurries out here in Hamilton tonight. Nothing super thick and crazy, and the roads are still looking good, but the Marion County EMA is really worried about these overnight hours because, like I said, it's just getting colder and colder out here. So that's when those roads are going to start icing over and it's going to get dangerous. They say they're really worried about the side streets and those back roads. They're not worried about these roads that are frequently traveled. Right here on Military Street South, cars are driving by with no problem. The flurries did not stick to the roads. They don't seem to be icy on these very well traveled roads, but the EMA says they do have crews on standby ready to go to salt the roads if they are icy overnight. That'll keep you guys traveling for the morning safe. And they say that they weren't pre-treated because of the heavy rains we got. So they're really encouraging you not to get out and drive tonight. They want you to stay home. And if you do have to drive tonight, they're saying just make sure you stay on those well-traveled roads. Now, the Hamilton Fire Department tells me if you do have to get out tonight and you encounter one of those icy or slick spots, they want you to call the Sheriff's Department or the Police Department. Let them know where that black ice is or those icy slick roads are so they can block them off, so they can sand them, so other drivers stay safe. But there are still some flurries coming out here tonight in Hamilton, significantly colder just in the last 2 hours. You can just feel it getting colder and colder out here. But this is a developing weather situation still, so they are asking everybody to stay off the roads. Even though they appear okay, that ice is hard to see. Live tonight here in Hamilton, I'm Lauren Jackson, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Your site is attached and in for 10 o'clock. Do you want me to email you to verbatim?
Yeah, just Morgan, it's light flurries now here in Hamilton. I'm right off of Military Street South, right by Hamilton High School, and it's not really flurrying anymore, but just about 20 minutes ago, it was really coming down. Take a look at the top of our car here. You guys can see we've got a light layer of snow on top of the car. It was really coming down for a minute, so it's eased up, but it looks like it's coming back here in just a few seconds, but the road conditions are still okay. So there is snow. There are still some flurries coming down here in Hamilton, but the roads are doing okay. The snow isn't sticking to the roads here in Hamilton. Cars have been driving by throughout the night, getting here pretty safely. It doesn't look like there's any ice on the roads, but the Marion County EMA is still asking you to drive very carefully, even though it might look like it's going to be okay. They say they have crews on standby, ready in case these roadways do get icy. They will sand the roadways overnight. They'll send those trucks and crews out. They say they are prepped and ready to go. That will help out you guys who have to drive to work early in the morning. They'll have these roads ready for you guys. But EMA officials say AlDOT did not sand this area earlier today because of all the heavy rain that they saw. It was just going to wash it off anyway. So these roads aren't pre-treated, and they say that does make it more dangerous tonight because we are really seeing some cold temperatures here in Hamilton. Now, officials with the Hamilton Fire Department says the best thing you can do is avoid the roads tonight. But if you do have to be on them, you can't avoid them. You want to stay on those more traveled roads, the ones that get a lot of traffic, because that's going to be the safest bet. Now, the Hamilton Fire Department says if you do come across one of those really slick spots, potentially black ice, something that you think is dangerous, go ahead and give the Sheriff's Department or the Police Department a call. They'll send crews out there to sand that spot. That way it'll prevent another driver from potentially getting in an accident. But this is a developing weather situation here in Hamilton. It's light right now, but it looks like it might come back here soon. But we will be here the next half hour giving you guys the current updates for Hamilton. Live tonight here in Hamilton, I'm Lauren Jackson, WBRC Fox 6 News on your side. Yes, Morgan, Brittany, it is kind of flurrying still. You guys can see it coming here at me, really hitting me in the eye, but it is a lot lighter than we saw about 20 minutes ago. Really 20 minutes ago is when all of this snow came down. You guys can see this telephone pole. You can't even really read the sign anymore. So it's not a lot of snow by any means, but it is thick enough to cover up the pole here. But we're going to take a look at the road conditions because they're still doing pretty okay. Drivers seem to be passing with ease. The roads don't have any snow on them. It doesn't appear to be sticking to the ground or to the roadways, and they don't seem too icy. But the Marion County EMA does want you to still drive careful tonight because it is really cold out here and it's hard to see that ice. So they say they've got roadway crews on standby ready to go. So if they do start to get icy out here, they're going to send those sand trucks out throughout the night. That way it'll be safe for you guys driving in the morning. Now, the EMA officials said AlDOT did not sand this area earlier today because we did get all that heavy rain and it would have just washed it off. So these roads are not pre-treated, and that's why they say you have to be extra careful if you are out driving tonight. They say you need to avoid those back roads or anything that isn't really traveled frequently. If you got to get out and about, they want you to get on those roads that are frequently traveled. They're going to be the most safe. Now I'm here right off of Military Street South in Hamilton. We've seen troopers driving by. We've seen some crews driving by too. So it looks like they're out here checking these roads. The police department tells me they have officers on standby too if the situation out here gets any more dicey. But they say if you are out driving tonight and you happen to find one of those slick spots, they say go ahead and call the police department or the sheriff's department and let them know so they can come and sand that spot or block it off so other drivers don't encounter it. But the weather is picking up a little bit again. Those flurries are starting to come back at my face here. So it is a developing situation. We'll be back with the next half hour to give you guys more updates on the condition. But for now, live in Hamilton, I'm Lauren Jackson, WBRC Fox 6 News on your side. Yes, Morgan, the weather has been on and off, but it's on again. The flurries are coming in. It's honestly beautiful. If you look outside, there's a light dust going on. And what's really changed, though, here in the last half hour is it's starting to come and accumulate on the ground in a way that it wasn't before. Here, guys, take a look. It's not too thick, but you can see it is starting to get on the ground. But if I look at the roadways, the dust, this snow, it's still not making it to the roadways. So it is on the ground. You'll probably see it on your grass outside. But drivers are passing with ease. They just have a little bit more snow on top of their cars now, but the snow and the ice don't appear to be hindering the roads right now at all. But the Marion County EMA says you still need to be driving really carefully tonight. They've got crews on standby ready to ice the roads with those sand trucks, not ice the roads, sand the roads if they're icy, with those sand trucks on standby. They plan to do it throughout the night. That way it's safe for you drivers in the morning. Now, the EMA says that AlDOT did not sand or pre-treat these roads earlier today because the rain was just going to wash it off anyway. So that's why it's pretty dangerous through the night hours. So we did speak with Aaliyah Trooper Gregory Corbel tonight. He said you should just avoid the travel if you can. But if you have to drive, this is how you can stay safe tonight. Now I'm right here off of Military Street South in Hamilton. We've seen troopers driving by. We've seen road crews driving by. So they are out patrolling these roads tonight. But again, the roads still don't seem to be getting any of these flurries, but it's on and off here in Hamilton. And they say if you do find an icy spot, go ahead and give the sheriff's department or the police department a call so they can sand that spot or make sure it's blocked off for other drivers. Live tonight here in Hamilton, I'm Lauren Jackson, WBRC Fox 6 News on your side.